As I looked, thrones were placed. So this is the vision that Daniel sees. And the Ancient of Days took his seat. Look how it's capitalized. The Ancient of Days took his seat. And his clothing was white as snow. Doesn't this sound like the book of Revelation and John's description of him? The Ancient of Days. Isn't that awesome? The King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Here he is, right? And his clothing was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, and its wheels were burning fire. A stream of fire issued and came out from before him. Thousands served him. And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court sat in judgment, and the books were opened. Whoa. I looked then because of the sound of the great words that the horn was speaking. What is that? It's the little horn. That's the Antichrist. It's spelled out right here in Daniel chapter 7. Now, there was a partial fulfillment with Antiochus Epiphanes, but here you can see that he's speaking about the Antichrist because Jesus referenced this as the future. So I looked, and because of the sound of the great words that the little horn, or that the horn was speaking, and as I looked, the beast was killed. Where else do we see that word beast? The beast was killed. Revelation, right? Revelation chapter 13, we see a beast and another beast. It's the Antichrist, right? And his false prophet. And then in chapter 19, they're both killed, destroyed, and thrown into the lake of fire. But he's referred to as the beast. And the beast was killed, and its body destroyed and given over to be burned with fire. This parallels the book of Revelation completely. This is amazing. And as for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was taken away, but their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. And I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like the Son of Man. This is like Revelation chapter 19 when Jesus returns with his church and his followers and comes in with the 144,000 that he saved, right? The Jewish people, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom that all peoples, nations, languages should serve him. And his dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. And then here he gets an interpretation. As for me, Daniel, my spirit within me was anxious, and the visions of my head alarmed me. And I approached one of those who stood there and asked him the truth concerning this. So he told me and made known to me the interpretation of the things. Here he says it. These four great beasts are the four kings who shall arise from the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever. So he gives encouragement as he describes these four kings. Now, there was four kings in the Seleucid Empire, which is later part of the Grecian Empire, but later became the Seleucid. And these four kings, generals, became the kings, and then out from one of those kingdoms, the generals, came that guy, Antiochus Epiphanes. He would be that horn, that little horn. And these four beasts are kings that shall arise in the earth, but the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever more. That's awesome. Then I desired to know the truth about the fourth beast, which was different from all the rest, exceedingly terrifying, with its teeth of iron and claws of bronze, and which devoured and broke in pieces and stamped what was left with his feet. And about the 10 horns were on his head, and the other horn that came up, and before those which 3 of them fell, and the horn that had eyes and a mouth that spoke great things and seemed greater than its companions. As I looked, the horn made war with the saints and prevailed over them. That speaks of the great tribulation period described in the book of Revelation, right? Until the Ancient of Days came, that's Jesus, and judgment was given for the saints of the Most High, and the time came when the saints possessed the kingdom. And thus he said to me, as for the fourth beast, there shall be a fourth kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all the kingdoms, and it shall devour the whole earth. This is speaking about the Roman Empire. As for the 10 horns, out of this kingdom 10 kings shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be different from the former ones, and shall put down 3 kings. And he shall speak words against the Most High. In other words, blasphemy, right? And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Those would be the tribulation saints, those that were left behind who became Christians during the tribulation period, right? The 7-year period. And shall think to change times and the law. And they shall be given into his hand for a time, times, and half a times. That's for 3.5 years. But the court shall sit in judgment, and his dominion shall be taken away, to be consumed and destroyed to the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness and the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom shall be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Speaking about Jesus. And here is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts greatly alarmed me, and my color changed, but I kept the matter in heart. Isn't that awesome? So here it says that he will change times and the law. That's very interesting to me, because in Islam, they are waiting, their end times belief, their eschatology is they're waiting for this guy named the Mahdi. That's like their version of Messiah. And this Mahdi, they say, will come and he will change times, the calendar, the way we tell time, and go to the Muslim calendar, and the laws. He'll change the laws, like Sharia law, right? And this is what they believe. And they also believe that he comes, and then later there's this prophet Jesus, they call Isa, that he comes and works with this guy to make the whole world become jihadists. Well, then they believe there's a third character that comes, they call the Dajjal. This is their version of the bad guy, the Antichrist for them, right? Well, this guy comes, they say, and he comes to defend the Christians and the Jews, Israel. And they say that their Mahdi, right, their version of their Messiah kills him. Well, we know the book of Revelation says the opposite. That the beast and his false prophet, who appeared as a lamb but spoke like a dragon, right? That false prophet and the beast, which is the Antichrist, they are killed and destroyed and thrown in the lake of fire by the angels, by Michael the angel. Jesus doesn't even have to get off his throne. He just has Michael do it. But Jesus comes at the end. He does defend the Christians and the Jews, but he also wins. He wins in the end. So, hey, that should give you great hope. Jesus wins in the end. Check out this playlist right here, my friend, How to Find Jesus in the Old Testament. I think it'll bless you. God bless you. I love you, my friend.